Hello and welcome to the video tour. You can use your new conference line here for pretty much anything, and that includes everything from small meetings like 2 or 3 people to massive sales events, hundreds of people, and everything in between: coaching, training, teleseminars, recording interviews with special guests, recording testimonials with special customers, and even to connect extended family together. So first, log into your control panel and click on the Instructions tab to see the phone numbers that you and your attendees should use and everything else that you need to know. A big problem in the conference call industry is when the phone company has a capacity problem because of weather, peak calling times, or someone else's huge teleseminar event, and your callers end up getting a fast, busy signal. This actually happens a lot, and this is the dirty little secret of the conference call industry. But we address this problem 2 ways. First, we give you and your guests a backup number that's located in a different part of the country. And second, we give you and your co-hosts a second backup number, an emergency backup number that uses a completely different phone company. And what's cool about this emergency backup number is that when it gets used, an alarm sounds in our operating center. So we can be notified about the phone company's problems without you having to call us separately. You get to focus on your event. That's very important. Another capacity problem is when you're doing a sales conference and your marketing really goes well and boom, your conference is full. Now most conference call companies set firm limits on your account, but we always let hosts call in. We don't care how full your call is. We figure of all people, you and your co-hosts should always be able to call in. And we don't charge extra for this, it's just part of the service. Let's say you're in the middle of your call and you want to interact with your callers. Just click on the Who's On tab and boom, you see everybody. A very common problem with conference calls is confusion. For example, when you're not sure if the guests are muted or not, especially at the beginning of your call. So you ask your guest a question and you get no response. With this control panel, you can clearly see who's muted and who's not, and you can also see which conference mode you're in: interactive mode, where guests can talk, or lecture mode, where guests are automatically muted. And you can switch between modes with a single mouse click. Let's say you're in lecture mode, but someone has a question. They can't talk because they're muted. They just press a button on their phone and that raises their hand. When that happens, unmute them to let them talk, and then lower their hand. One of the biggest problems with all conference call systems is when one speaker has a different microphone volume than another speaker. This happens for lots of different technical reasons, but the bottom line is it completely ruins your call because it's very distracting to the listeners. I'm happy to say that we've completely solved this problem. You can raise or lower anyone's volume with a single mouse click. Let's talk about the most common problem of all: when someone essential to your call doesn't show up on time. This could happen for a lot of different reasons. Now, no other conference call system I know of has a solution for this, but we do have a solution. It's called the Dial Out feature, and you can find it here on the Phone Book tab. The Phone Book tab is where you can keep a list of all the important people that you might need to call. Okay? Click on the dial link and boom, they are added on the call as a host or guest, your choice. How cool is that? Now, this feature is life-saving when your featured speaker is missing. When you're ready to start the meeting and one important person isn't there, boom, you can solve that problem instantly. Let's talk about recordings. If you're using your conference line for business, making and saving recordings is one of the most important things that you might ever do with your conference line. And yet so many conference call services design this wrong. Most use a phone interface to start and stop recording, but then you're never really sure if the system is recording, and with some systems, you're not sure if you're overwriting the previous recordings or not. We use a simple and elegant web interface, and we never overwrite recordings. Just click the Start Recording button, and you're recording your call. When you click Stop, your recording stops, and it appears right here, ready for you to use. How simple is that? So as you have seen, this is a very simple and easy system to use. It's powerful, and yet it actually gives you peace of mind at the same time. It has a ton of features nobody else has, and they are important features that really make a difference. With this selection of features, I believe this is credibly the best conference call system in the world for the vast majority of conference call users. But of course, it doesn't matter what I think. It's what you think that counts, and that's why I'd like to offer you a free 30-day trial of our service. The 30-day trial will give you a chance to fully explore the service without any risk whatsoever. So to sign up for a free trial, just click that button that says sign up for free. Fill out the form and you'll get everything you need to get started. Thank you for your trust and confidence. I look forward to welcoming you as a new client.